Well, we're on a new adventure today. I'm about 4 hours away from where I'm living right now. I'm back home in the state of Kentucky, Commonwealth, Kentucky. But I have the MX Sport. I was going to go metal detecting with a friend of mine to getting them into metal detecting. They wanted some lessons, show them how to do things. They got an XLT, which is an awesome machine, and got some background with the old XLT, but they ended up having to work, not able to come out, so I'm hitting a project I've been working on since I was 21 years old, and I'm 38 now, and been trying to find a Civil War camp. I have not found anything in the past. I've been got all kinds of documents, stories from some of the elders in the community that were stories that were told to them by elders when they were kids. And there's a lot of accounts of where it was at, how many men. I've actually got U.S. Library of Congress has documents where guys kept in journals and reported back. I know how many men, how many pieces of artillery and cavalry were in this camp. They were here for 1 week, and hopefully we can actually get onto something on this part of my life's adventure in trying to find this camp. I was out here for many times back when I was younger. I was still in my infancy of metal detecting and getting good at research. Now I'm a land surveyor also, if you didn't know that, so I'm really good at research other than just reading documents and placing stuff, but with mapping I can excel at that point. I think I have it narrowed down, especially since somebody that farmed this property back in the early 1900s found something of significance, very much significance. I'm going to go in that area and see what we can find. But this is video 1. If I don't find anything today, it'll just be an adventure of walking 2 miles back to the site and maybe some junk I find back in the woods. You never know, I might find a coin. There is a home site somewhere back along the creek, so might check it out, but I'm mainly here for the Civil War camp. So if we get into something, great. If we don't, great. I'm going to continue this until I find something. I know it's here. So here we go. See, back in the day I had a key for this gate, and the property's transferred hands, and I had a meeting with them to regain permission to let them know what I was doing. And now I don't have a key for this gate I'm approaching over here. So I'm crossing the creek the best I can. I do have cowboy boots on, which a lot of people have noticed in my videos. I wear those for date night at work when I'm metal detecting. Got all kinds of cowboy boots. Oh, let sometimes these mossy rocks and slick bottom cowboy boots get a little slick. So here comes the gate, and we cross the creek. Got a long hike. I'm gonna put the camera away for a little bit. I don't know what kind of butterfly that is. Let's see how close I can get on it. It is gonna be 94 today. Humidity is really high, so all we can do is see what he can do in about 4 hours. Be glad I'm doing the walking. It's nice and hot. Been through all the woods, tripping on sticks and this high hay. I figured this stuff would be cut by now, but dragging through it slows you down quite a bit and wears you out. Whew. I'm gonna get up here and get a drink out of my backpack, get my metal detector set. I'm not gonna be using headphones today. Be running in Relic mode. And like I said, I'm somewhat limited on time. When I metal detect, I like to have at least like 5 hours. Today I have less than that. It's taking me a while to get back in here. So we'll be there in a minute. The things you do for relic hunting, huh? But we're here. I picked a spot. We still have probably 300 yards before the hill drops off. Where we came from is this way. And like I said, it's approximately 2 miles. There's a lot of ground to cover here. I only got 1 metal detector. And I don't have a big loop, so we're here just exploring because I had the chance to come out since other plans had changed. And all my batteries are good in this detector. It's got an awesome Relic program. I'm going to take the discrimination down some to probably -15. Big iron's going to show up, you know, like typical. And then it's also just going to make it a little bit more sensitive. I like discrimination almost gone. I'll be running in Relic mode, which is a mixed mode. I'm going to hear the all metal and also discriminate channel. So let's get to it. You can see it's a 70, 65. Two and a half inches deep. We are back in the woods, and I am on a path. It doesn't look like it was a bulldozed path, but it does look like it's been traveled over the years. The forest that you see behind me, or the shaded area, you probably can't see all the trees. isn't very old growth. So this was a field at one point in time. And one of the descriptions I had in trying to find this place was the elderly man's father or grandpa, which I can't remember, described clearing first growth timber or second growth timber, which would be huge trees, in order to make a field to do farming in. And if this, even though there's woods here today, there was not woods there at one point in time after they had cleared. I'm thinking, I'm not sure. That is white. So the patina on lead, when it gets white like that, gives her some age. If you can see that, sorry. But to me, that somewhat looks like a shotgun slug. The diameter is about the size of a regular dime. I don't know. What do you think? Just dug one, got a half a horseshoe. I think we're going to end up with quite a few of those today. Not sure what this is yet. I just popped it out of the ground. It was in the 40s and now it's dropped down into 18. So it could be anything. Maybe another shotgun shell. There it is. Looks like a old pocket knife. That's the inner blade of it. Piece that would have went in between the side plates there, maybe made out of wood. The blade's missing. Seems to be fairly old. Getting a smooth 69, 70, somewhere around in there. Speedy eye on this one. I've been digging quite a few, so not all of them I'm going to be videotaping because I'm mainly digging trash targets. I'm just glad I got a big pouch that I made for myself so that I can carry all that stuff out of there. Makes it a little bit nicer. This is probably going to be a large piece of iron. And it is. Let's see what it is. I don't know. I would say it's an axe head, but it's awful thin, as you can see there. Let's just call it a iron something. Well, I just dug this, and that's a very ornate stove lid. A door. I might actually pack that out. That's very decorative. That's a good sign there's a house back here. I have like stumbled into a bunch of iron, and there is a pile of rocks that's behind me, which I'll show you here in a little bit after I get to digging, but you can tell by my hand the scale of that, the size. It's pretty good size. Pretty awesome. Still getting a nice 55 reading down in here. I just found that stove door about 2 feet from this. In there. Changes. Let's see what this is. Anybody know what that is? I'm sure you do. It is a harmonica reed. That's what you blew air over. There was little pieces of metal in there that are since long gone. But you can kind of see the holes there. Get my trusty toothbrush out. See them coming alive there. It's a harmonica reed. There was 2 of these. You can tell the length of them changes for each note that they would play. Real consistent 69, 70. Let's get in there. See what it is. That would be good. That is a clock part, like the ones that would sit on a counter from back in the day. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if those are a wind-up or if those are electric. Not sure, but I'm fairly certain that's a clock part. I was thinking that this was a field stones that had been piled up where they had cleared a field. And it's looking like it's too well formed. They took way too much time. It's looking like a fairly large chimney. And then I had found that clock part, and then the part that was off of the wood burning furnace, or whatever you want to call it, the stove. And then I saw this metal rod here, you can see. And then there's like this big metal plate over top of this thing. And then I'm going to try to use my glove here. Actually, let me put you on a stand because I think this is the well. There we go. Hopefully that'll stay. This is somewhat dangerous to have out in the woods with just a piece of sheet metal on it. Could be a Sasquatch living in here. Holy cow. Oh, I lost my shovel. Huh. Wish you all were here to see this. I wish I had a flashlight, and I don't want to drop my phone. Can you see down in there? That's a lot further than what it looks. Old stone laid. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Man, it goes way down in there. Let me see if I can get the flash to work. All right, I got the light on now. It doesn't really help a lot. I'm gonna say that's 25 feet deep. It looks like there is a little bit of modern trash down in there. But man, that is down in there. This thing definitely needs a better cover on it. Because that would be a long fall to take. And I walked right across that thing too. Huh. One of the many dangers of being out in the woods metal detecting around these old sites is always look for those wells. I'm gonna dig one more. We can always come back to this. It's only 1.5 again. That's the reason I'm not getting a lot of deep targets and swinging through all this heavy brush and tall grass, which is kind of tough. Pottery. It's pretty old. Oh, there's charcoals in there, or coals. So this house burnt down, so all the goodies that were in it were still in it. It's fairly large. So this here, just a metal plate of some sort. Some glass. I'm gonna dig with the shovel just a little bit and some of this remnants of this burnt house. Like just from that little dig right there, we got another piece of stoneware. It's got some age to it. Some blue glass. It's nice and thick. Who knows what that would have went to? It's not a window. And what looks to be chinking off of a log cabin. Try to bust it up some. It's not cement, and it's clay-like, so it's got a lot of sand and stuff in it. So that looks to me like chinking, which would have been the stuff that went between the boards on a log cabin. So that sets that, you know, a good date for this site. You know, it's definitely older. I don't have specifics on it yet, but well, the briars, the deer flies, mosquitoes, and all the other wonderful stuff is winning right now. I'm getting pretty tired and I got about 40 minutes left. I'm back up here at the house site. I'm just gonna look around here for a little bit, see what I can find. I'm bending down because I think I tilted my camera too far low. So I need to do something where I'm not walking a lot to kind of rest before I got this 2-mile hike back to the truck. Right now it's reaching about 94 degrees. It's really hot. Got 1 bottle of water left. And the weeds are just everything's out here is wearing me. So I got a high 80s signal right here, and I'm gonna see what it is. Let's take a look at it. I'm gonna have to tilt you down. If I can find it again. Somewhere in there. There it is. See, 82. Interesting. It's not the normal chunk of something. Looks to be copper. That was my first signal getting back up here. I just walked down the hill to the creek and looked around a little bit down there. What do you think that is? Let's see, that's bent over. Maybe those are feathers. This would have been the presentation side for sure. I don't know. See what we got here. It's not real deep again. For some reason I'm not getting hardly any real deep targets today. It's about 2 inches. Well, it's still kind of cool. It's better than a lot of the stuff I've been digging. we've already found one of these today, and it's another harmonica reed. Did not plug. A 42. It's not real deep. Oh, I think I actually see it. It's the other side of it, which would make sense. So, there. We have the full thing now. If I can find the other half. Let's see if it matches. Not often that you find the two pieces that match up on anything, but there it is. Last one of the day, and I gotta go. Hope you can see that. There's a 70. This is an iron, but there it is. Another piece of iron. So that's it for me. Well, I made it back to the start. There's a long, hot walk, and I'm gonna have to wait till it cools down or find some nice days to come out here. Maybe after they get the hay down, make things a lot easier. I didn't find anything amazing today. No evidence, even that bullet I found in the very beginning as to a camp. I'm not going to consider that as anything because I can't prove it. It looks like a shotgun slug. And as you can tell, my arm's shaking. I'm pretty wore out right now. I can't keep the camera real steady holding my arm out like this. So it's probably a bad idea to keep coming out on hot days like this by myself. I still think I'm 21 all the time and I'm 38. So do some more research and maybe put us a little bit closer. Thanks for watching.